पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगुं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि। ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि पराशुभ जन्मद्रं तन्न आशुभ। ॐ शान्ति 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 सुशान्तिर्भवतु। Very good.
Program we start with a prayer which is called Ekatmata Mantra, which is and I'll briefly touch the meaning of that. So VHP members, they know that, so we can all say it together. Yam Vedika Mantra Drashah Purana Indram Yamam Matarishwaramahu Vedantino Nirvachaniyamekam Yam Brahma Shabdena Vinirvishanti Shaivayamisham Shivarityocham Yam Vaishnava Vishnurite Stuvanti Buddha Satahan Niti Bodha Jaina Sat Shri Akaleti Chasik Santa Shasteti Kechit Katichit Kumara Swami Ti Mate Ti Pite Ti Bhaktya Yam Prarthayante Jagadishitaram Saeka Eva Prabhuradvitiya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So name is, we can call it Vishnu, Shiv, or this is a Buddha temple, Buddha, Arihant, but it's one. So by different names, devotees call, there's a freedom given, but one is one. And that's why we are all one.
Now we'd like Keshabai to do his welcome speech, and it's my pleasure to introduce Keshabai. Keshav Patel is the Vice President of VHP of Southern California. He's a trustee of VHP of India, and he's the VP of Hindu University of America. He has volunteered with various activities with our community here. And one to mention is that he has raised more than $200,000 when we had the Kedarnath disaster. And he's been active, and we welcome Keshabai Patel to invite our guests.
Event, so on behalf of Vishnu Parishad of America, South California chapter and RHMBC, regional HMBC chapter of South California, I would like to welcome all of you and our Param Pujya Swamiji, Vigyananji, our President of VHPA, Asthana ji, Secretary General Sanjay Mehta ji, and all of you on this in this Pashupatinath temple, in the holy atmosphere, just to make our unity together and close. Param Pujya Swamiji and Swamiji, this is a small temple, but it is like a Vaikut. And we are invited by our president and other trustees. So we are glad to accept their invitation, and we are here. This temple is newly built and it started functioning since February 2018, means Mahashivratri, and I was present at that time. This temple is like a Vaikut, as I told. The aim of today's assembly are to meet, greet, and come closer to each other for the community people, temple trustees, as well as the president, secretary, or organizers of different organizations working in South California. To build the Bharatiya unity means we are Sanatani. originally we are only one in India, but afterwards our Sanatan Dharma is split into as a Hindu, Jain, Buddha and Sikh. Maybe right now it's a different dharma, but originally we are one, and that is we have to keep our originality so close and work together, then we can do something better. That is our aim of this. To inculcate and stand true for the noble principle of Vedic philosophy like this: love thy neighbor like thyself and the God. Global family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam principle is our original principle where we are, and to my opinion, I think we are the first person, or our Vedic Sanatan Dharma is the first Dharma who has decided and thought that the whole world is one family. So we keep a good relation, harmony with each person living as well with the animal also, so that our harmony remains together and we can grow better, and there will be no war and no enemy. United we stand, we grow to stronger and stronger, and if we divide we fall and we become weaker. That is what we have experienced in our past history, we understand. So we have to learn something now. It is now again for this purpose why we meet together, what we have experienced, that our young children and younger generation is not coming to temples so often. So it is most important to inspire them and motivate the youth and children to visit the temple frequently and participate in the cultural as well as in religious activities. Sanatan Dharma will sustain, temple will survive only if we do this way. If we don't act now, then it will be very late. Hindus need to stand united to exercise their power and be major part of the decision-making process, either in the community as well in political stage also. On many occasions, I have congratulated the leaders and the trustees of the temples and leaders of the organizations on different occasions for their good activities or the community activities, because each activities is support directly or indirectly supporting our VHPA projects and activities. The PowerPoint, so that is why we want to make aware of our Vishnu Parishad of America's projects to you. So we shall, our Secretary sir, he will represent the PowerPoints and teach us something. Originally we are the Vedic Sanatan Dharma, and later we became the Hindu, Jain, Sikh and Buddha. But we are one in spite of our different beliefs. So now let us be defined. Let the Hindu be defined by what we share in common. I would like to BSPA Southern California chapter to get stronger with some new vigors and energy and implement various projects in our region. We need to support the community leaders and the trustees of the various mandir and the community to sustain Hindu values and to grow community well. Let us remember the inspiring sentence of Swami Vivekananda: awake, arise and stop not till your goal, means our goal, is reached. And let us work on that with best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Keshabai. And now we welcome Mr. Bhaktatava, the president here at this temple.
Vishwa Hindu Parishad
of America and Regional Hindu Mandir Executive Committee members, Honorary Consul General Rishi Dakal, Board of Directors of Shree Pashupatinath and Buddha Mandir, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. On behalf of Shree Pashupatinath and Buddha Temple, it is our great pleasure to welcome you, all of you, our newly temple. We just performed the Pran Pratishtha ceremony on February 2018 on the occasion of Mahashivratri. Our temple mission is to preserve and promote the unique identity of Nepal in the United States of America. The Pashupatinath and birthplace of Lord Buddha. Our temple aims to unite the followers of Sanatana Dharma under the one roof, to engage them in culture, education and religion, which will culminate a deeper understanding of diversity in community and nation. I hope today's meeting would be fruitful to unite and inspire all the Hindu trustees as well as community towards the good cause. Lastly, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Keshav Patel and his team choosing our temple as the venue for today's program. It is our great honor to welcome you all in our temple. Welcome everyone once again. And I would like to offer all of you, please, our volunteer to hand over the Rudraksha to the all guests and our chief guest. Thank you for your volunteering. Thank you.
पर आप लोग भी पढ़े, मैं दोबारा पढ़ रहा हूँ। लिखते हैं, ये गीता प्रवचन है स्वामी जी का, गीता प्रवचन का पाठ है, वहाँ से उठाया था। Always remember this, that whenever a religious system gains ground with the people at large, it has a strong economic side to it. It is the economic side of religion that finds lodgment with the people at large and never its spiritual and philosophic side. If you should preach the grandest philosophy in the street for the year, you will not have a handful of followers. But you could preach the most arrant nonsense and if it had an economic element, you would have a bold people with you. No. Whenever any religion succeeds, it must have Whenever any religion succeeds, it must have a similar sect will be struggling for power, but only those who meet the real economic problem will have it. Man is guided by the stomach, he walks and the stomach goes first and head afterward. Have you not seen that it will take ages for the head go first? ये स्वामी विवेकानंद का शब्द है, मेरा शब्द नहीं है। यही रियलिटी है। You all people came here to America because of this reason. There was no need to leave the very good Nepal and our Bharat. You all came because of the economic interest, and we as a society in the past, at least you can say 100 years, we have ignored this economic interest, and all our people have misguided our society. Why I am telling you? Can you imagine? Our ancestor built the Rameswaram temple. Our ancestor built Meenakshipuram temple. And our ancestor built Brihadaraswara temple. These are all, I am giving examples, these are huge temple, not very ordinary temple. A society which is not producing such a great economy cannot build temple like that. And a society with no economy cannot sustain 2000 of year onslaught. We are as a society we face onslaught for 2000 years, more than 2000. First attack on us, our own border was from the Alexander, 326 before Common Era. So almost 132 years our generation ancestor fought, and this all because we were creating a surplus economy. And because of that surplus economy, we were able to sustain all our society, our culture, tradition, history. And a poor country, a poor society cannot sustain their culture, tradition, history, and they will not be respected in the world. Why I am telling you, here in this America, in this 21st century, which is the most modern, most knowledgeable, advanced, rich and prosperous society, even in this 21st century, they teach world is a flat. Can you imagine? They teach world is a flat, and world was created in 6 days. 7th day God raised said, therefore you have a Sunday. Otherwise there was no Sunday. Even in the 21st century, because they have economic power to back their thought process, and we have ignored this. So our World Hindu Economic Forum must start from here. Let's first regain this economic strength. And I'm just quoting you from the Kautilya Shastra. A nation's strength of prominence in the world affair is directly proportional to its economic strength. 30 years ago, no one used to care about China. 30 years ago, no one used to care China. But how China is prominent now? Not because suddenly Chinese have an extraordinary brain. Because they have a tremendous amount of economic strength. And that economic strength translates into military strength. Economic and military strength translates into diplomatic strength. And that makes them powerful. So the first work we do in the World Hindu Economic Forum, we have an organization, World Hindu Economic Forum, focus on the economy. How Hindu as a community, as a 60% of the world population, at least we can, now we are hardly 3% of the world economy. How we can regain at least 16%, so that is the first area. Second is education. We used to talk in the history, we have a Nalanda University, Taxila University, Brikhamsila University, Ballavi University. Those days, a student from across the world used to come and study in Bharat. But what is happening now? All our students from Bharat and Nepal, anywhere, they are coming in the Western world. Can you imagine this? This has shifted. And amount people talk about FDI and all those, but they do not understand the amount of money coming from our country for higher study here. The Maselkar committee report said if we save that money, we can build 20 to 30 IIT and 30 to 40 IM annually in Bharat. So we have to develop a high quality infrastructure for education for our society, which can be affordably available to them. Then only can educate our society. Otherwise, a society which is not educated properly will not be able to sustain in this modern world. So this is the second area of our focus. And third is media. I always tell our people, words are the new weapon and satellites are the new artillery in the modern age. I don't know in Hindi or Abhay, there is a कहावत in UP. जब तोप मुखातिब हो तो अखबार निकालो, when you are tank सामने हो टैंक है, तो आप टैंक को कैसे डिफीट करो बोलते अखबार निकालो. Media has that power. As a society, we have to be powerful, strong enough to position ourselves in the media. So, and media is not just news media and digital media. Media controls the entertainment industry. Media is technology and other industry. So these are the, otherwise what is happening, we condemn, sometimes we criticize from outside. That is not going to change, People sitting in the Bollywood, they make movie like a PK, And we just create outside. Recently that fellow made a movie, Padmavati. They know we will not be able to react in that way. So we have to change from their area. We should be in the position of dictating. We should be in position to dictating in the terms, means decision-making process of the media industry. So this is the purpose of the Hindu Media Forum. And following our discussion, we have started Hindu Post, a news portal. So I will just move. Fourth is a democratic forum, I don't know how you understand, but in Hindi in our area, there is a very popular saying from Tulsidas Ramayana. Koi nirpa ho hi hame kya hani. You understand? Koi nirpa ho hi hame kya hani. Koi bhi raja ho jaye, anyone can become raja, king. That is not going to change my status. But who said this? This word is from mantra. Mantra, which is a dasi, which is a servant, not a king. So if you want to become servant, then you should repeat this word. But in Mahabharata, very aptly told by our Yudhishthira to the Bhishma. No, Bhishma told to Yudhishthira in the Santi Parva. Sarve vidya rajdharme shukta, sarve loka rajdharme prishta, sarve dharma rajdharme pradhana yatha, sarve padahasti padime niyavagna. All the knowledge in the world is intertwined with the knowledge of politics. Without the knowledge of politics, all the knowledge are incomplete. This politics has entered in all the loka, bhu loka, swarag loka, everywhere. I don't want to go in detail. And therefore, this politics dominate all the dharma because control and regulate all the dharma. Therefore, this dharma is very dominant. Therefore, it is important. Therefore, we discuss on the politics. How, as a Hindu, so World Hindu Democratic Forum, I always expect, is a non-political political organization. It is not a political organization, non-political political organization. How we can discuss, deliberate, which is important for us. This is what we discuss in the World Hindu Democratic Forum. I will give example in Malaysia. Generally what is happening, all the Muslim country, dominant Muslim country, all our people invite a Muslim MP and they will give garland, ponnadi and all the Mia, and they will come in our temple. So I saw this all the drama. Well, this is sacrilege. Mia is coming in our temple. Go Mans Bhakti, our temple is getting apavitran. So how to stop the Sai? Call some people, let's discuss, and we came out with a Hindu political agenda. Look, Hindu vote is not for sale, Hindu vote is sacred. And that changed the whole political landscape there. And it's still changing. Now the next month is the election, that demand is coming. So this is the Democratic Forum. And again, is a youth, we have Hindu Students Youth Network. This is not an organization, this is just a forum. Collective network of the Hindu students. Just now I was telling, look, we as a Hindu, we teach too much to our children. I am not against that. That is important. We teach Bal Vihar, Bal Gokulam, we run school, we run Vidyalaya, we run children camp, so many things. This communist fellow don't run anything. But in spite of that, they control the academia, they control the intelligence, they control the university. How this is happening? So that part we have to teach our youth. How you can also become dominant in the academic area. How you can become dominant in the discourses. And what is important for you to take the leadership position. You like or dislike, you are going to face the future. So this is a part of the Hindu Students Youth Network. Hindu Women Forum. 50% of our society is women. And those are gone when our women were not educated. Now they are educated, qualified, talented, knowledgeable, capable. And just simply we ignore them in the name of Matri Sakti. हम लोग Matri Sakti का काम है भोजन बनाना. I always tell my people, you have not contributed anything to the Matri Sakti. They are Matri Sakti by default, by Matri Sakti by nature. That is there. How we are not utilizing this talent? What is happening? Our people are also educated. Our women are also educated. But what is happening? Going to TV, all the big Bindi brigades. The purpose of this World Hindu Congress, we have to give the message to America. 125 years ago, one Swami came and he gave the message of universal brotherhood on September 11. Another civilization destroyed your twin tower. So which civilization you want in America? Namaste.
Abhaya Asthana, the president of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, to give a speech.
Namaste everybody. So you heard Swamiji speak and I'm going to follow up on what Swamiji was saying. So this World Hindu Congress is in Chicago, September 7th, 8th and 9th. And all of you sitting in this room need to go to this website www.worldhinducongress.org and register today. We want to see all of you there in Chicago. I know there are many president of temples in the LA area over here, and my request is for all of you to go back and tell your temple membership about this Congress we need to spread that awareness about the message that Swamiji was giving and invite all of them to come to the conference and see and learn and share what you have discovered, learn from others around the world what they have found, what they have created. There will be 2,000 Hindu leaders, Hindu delegates from around the world, from 80 different countries. And there is a lot to learn and share from every one of them. So the purpose of the conference is exactly what Swamiji was saying, to interact in all of these different streams, right? Whether it's the youth, the women, the political, the media, the education, the organizational, right? All of these streams, you want to come, interact, and build this global connectivity, this global family. We keep talking about Vasudev Kutumbakam, right? But build this global community first and foremost for the Hindus around the world. Because once the Hindus come together in all of these dimensions, then and only then, this thing that we keep saying, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, right? Because it is our parampara, it is our rishis' thought that we work not just for the good of the Hindu community, but for the good of humanity. But that will only happen when the Hindus around the world come together as one. So once again, today, register for the conference. We want to see all of you. All of you are smiling. I want to see all of you smiling over there as well. Okay? Especially all these youth sitting over here. All of them should come. Right. Namaste.
Thank you. And next we want Mr. Sanjay Mehta, the General Secretary of Vishwa Hindu Parishad, to give us a presentation about the activities of Vishwa Hindu Parishad in America.
Charuji, how are we doing on time?
You are running late.
Okay. So refrigerator in our homes, typically, you can look at that later, look at me first. Right? So on the refrigerator, there is a task list. Like typically on the refrigerator, we put a task list. So there is a task list by dad, which is a very long, and a lot of them are incomplete. And there is a task list by mom, which is almost complete. So one day kid asked mom, what is that secret? Like dad list is always incomplete and your list is always complete. And she said, I complete the task and write there. This is always complete. So in this crowd, I counted there are 36 ladies sitting, which is more than half. Right? So this is the strength that Swamiji have talked about, right? So yeah, that was good. So that's why I wanted a round of applause for it, because this is what, not Mata Shakti, the real Shakti, not Roti Shakti, the Nari Shakti, right? So we had talked about, so I'm going to touch about VHP program, VHP America program, which are focused on North America or Hindus outside of America. So you will see what we are doing in America and cater to our future generations in America. As Swamiji talked about, we want to give to this country a value system which they say, oh, this is what the Hindus came to this country 100 years ago. This is what we want. And this is, so Swami Dayanandji used to say from Ashita Gurukulam that Hindus have diamond to offer to the world, but sometimes unfortunately we don't know that we have a diamond. So the whole goal of VHP program, and not only VHP America, all Hindu institutions, to reveal that diamond to our future generations. And then we'll continue the journey, right? So this is 48 years actually VHP America exists in this country. It was registered in 1970. And for 9, we'll see good journey. I'll take 10 minutes, right? Because the time we are running out, right? So these are the inspirations. And inspirations, always spiritual inspirations. So we are not just like talking about and all these, if you look at these, the inspirations, they're in terms activist. They know what they are doing. They had to stood for dharma, which is right. So this is the inspiration VHP America derives from. All of our projects, our program come from these people. And most of them, at the bottom, Dayanand Saraswati ji and Ashok Singhal ji, which some of you know, but if not that, the rest I know you know that. Okay, so there is a vision of VHP of America which says to create a dynamic, vibrant Hindu society which is based on the eternal values of Sanatana Dharma, and we say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Entire creation is one family. It is not just Hindu is one family. We say entire creation is one family. That is the vision of VHP of America. But the key word here is dynamic, vibrant. It has to keep changing. And we are talking about the modern generation. I have a cousin. They have a little girl of 2-year-old. You know, the kids these days are born with iPhones or iPad. And they do FaceTime with grandparents. So they have a landline phone also at home, which is never rang. One day the landline phone rang. And the little kid was surprised, 2-year-old, what is this? So the mother picked up the phone, she was talking. And the little kid is looking inside the phone, where is the picture? Because she has never seen a phone where is no picture. Because they all do FaceTime. So that's what the generation we are. And that's where we say the dynamic, vibrant. We have to change with the time also. Because the future generation has new ways of learning the same values, same diamond. So that's what VHP America, the programs are there. Okay, so the quick questions, what and how. So number one thing, yes, we want to keep Hindus, sanskar to children, seva, support, like the program which we work with the communities, and of course network. As like World Hindu Congress also says the same thing, like mandirs, priests, youth, women, families, communities, all we have to bring together. And that's the agenda of VHP America. VHP America has no separate agenda. This is the agenda of the Hindu community. So how we do that? Innovation, positioning and packaging. We have to keep innovating our programs. We have to keep positioning ourselves to the modern world. We have to package things in the new way. As I said, like the kids may learn from iPhone or iPad. So we have to come up with stories on iPhone or iPad. Right? That's where they learn. So there are 4 pillars of VHP America, which is Sanskar, values, Prachar, awareness, Sampark, network, and Seva, of course, service. So these are all our programs you will see in the next few slides are around these 4 pillars. That's it. Nothing more than this, and that's what we want for the entire society. Even the temples, even the communities, different samaj, they also strive to do the same thing. So VHP America created 4 pillars, which will bring everyone together under these pillars. So 1917 it started VHP America. Lot of things VHP America established in this country, like Hindu Student Council, Ekal Vidyalaya Seva projects, Hindu American Defamation. So these are the separate projects of VHP America. Now some of them are independently running. Independent people are running. So it is not VHP America take the custody of these things. No, it is for the Hindu Samaj, it's for the Hindu leaders. And now we have, like 2018 we see World Hindu Congress. VHP America is one of the hosts of World Hindu Congress. But we need organization, someone who can host volunteers. So the VHP America resources are working on World Hindu Congress. So these are the, like you say, 50 years of journey. Current state of, and these are the different projects. I'll touch next slide. So Bal Vihar, it's a very basic program which we have started in 1970. VHP America is the pioneer of starting Bal Vihar in this country under the guidance of Swami Chinmayananda. So in Rhode Island. So we the Bal Vihar, and the key is Bal Vihar, again the sanskar. So I'll touch what happens to our kids. So 4 years or 5 years ago, President Obama was in one of the schools in Miami, and it was a live broadcast. Maybe some of you heard it. It was a middle school, and he was chatting with kids. So one of the kids asked Mr. Obama, if given a chance for you to dine with someone, whom were you going to dine with? And he says Gandhi. And he asked, why Gandhi? Because Obama said Gandhi is my role model, a role model of many in the world. So this was published on a Friday, and Sunday Bal Vihar I was teaching to kids, and it happened to be Ram Navami. Look at the coincidence. Now how the kids will remember. And I was talking about Bhagwan Ram. So I asked, did you watch that video? A lot of kids watched that, and I showed that. Now Obama is saying, who's role model? Gandhi. Someone asked Gandhi once, who's your role model? And the answer was Ram. I said, look at that. The most powerful person in the world, Obama, US President, his role model is Gandhi. Gandhi's role model is Ram. So who is the best role model in the world? Ram. Look at the kids were so happy. Oh, wow. See, the role model, that's where we have to bring. That's what we have to, Bal Vihar, we have to change our tone. We have to bring that pride in our kids. It's not just memorizing the shlok or reading something. They have to take the pride in those values. Yeah, so then we have a national governing, like this one of the meeting we are here having executive board. VHP has a policy body which decides the programs. So we meet twice a year. So this is one of the meeting happening this last night, yesterday, and it happened last year. Hindu Heritage Day, we celebrate Hindu Heritage Day. We are bringing all the Hindu organizations together, and they come together to celebrate Hindu Heritage Day. Some of the glimpses, I think. Hindu American Vanapasti Network. VHP, as I said, VHP America touch everyone. The kids, parents, women, priests, temples, and of course economy and political. Swamiji already said that. So we want to bring everyone together. So this is a Hindu America Vanapasti Network. In America there are a lot of people, first generation who came almost 60 years, they are retiring. They have a lot of assets, knowledge, values. We are bringing them together and work with kids so we can transfer something valuable to our kids' future. Similarly, Hindu priest conference, and when we work with temples, a lot of priests have that, and one typical thing priests have, the communication problem. They cannot communicate with younger kids because most of the kids are coming from Bharat, so they are not trained. So we are working with priests, and one of the goal to tell them is, so I'll give you the example. This is the conference happened in Houston last year, and we had Bal Vihar kids and priests here. There was an interactive forum, and the kids have written questions, and priests are sitting to answer. Now one of the kid, I think it was a written question, and now look at that, it's in English. So the kid was reading a question. What is the difference between Brahman? No, Brahma? No, Brahman. Look at, always our kids get confused. Brahman, when you write in English, Brahman and Brahma. Now kids are fumbling, and the priest got confused. They started answering, Brahman is this, Brahma is this, Brahman. I said, hold on, you didn't get the question. Question was, what is Brahman? Because there is a communication problem. Our kids cannot pronounce Brahman properly. Our priests don't understand what they are saying. So the question was different, and answer were different. So that's where we had to sit over the priest, and VHP has taken a lead, sit with them, help them. They are knowledgeable, but the problem is communication. Hindu Women Network, I already talked about them. The smart people have the checklist already done. But the smart people have to come together as a women network, and there are problems for women separately in this country also. And one of the problems we are facing that there are spouses, because of cultural way in America, there are single mothers in Hindu society. There are divorced mothers in Hindu society. And some are old, which is spouses, they have their own problems. So we have to bring them together and collectively address the problem. So that's Hindu Women Network. Then your youth camps, I'll just finish in a few more minutes. There are youth camps, VHP America doing nationwide. Again, the purpose is same. We have to translate and transmit, inculcate those values to our kids so they can take pride in future in their system and then Bharati value system or culture. Then we have Sanatan Dharma scholarship. It's a scholarship for kids. It's a Bhagavad Gita scholarship. It's a national scholarship. Kids read the shloka, give the meaning, and then we award the scholarship. And it is sponsored by the community. We have a scholarship on the life of Swamiji also, because they should learn from the life of Swamijis, because what the sacrifices they have done, for the learning they have done, kids should learn. So this is a scholarship. It's a national scholarship. Then we have Hindu Mandir Executive Conference. We bring all the temples together, and this is going on for last 12 years. Then Seva in America, this is a project VHP started recently, a few years ago. We want to collect all the Seva activities done by all the groups, not only VHP America, and want to create a portal, like for example United Way. United Way doesn't do anything. United Way just helps the charities do the programs and they report it. Similarly, there are many Hindu charities are done, but no record, no reporting. So if you go to Washington and tell that, oh, we Hindu community has a problem, we've done this. We don't know Hindu community what they're doing. I tell you, in Indianapolis there is a temple built very recently. It's on like a 10-acre land, and a beautiful temple. And I was passing the temple, and two guys were talking, and he said, "This looks like a mafia place." The reason is that because what is happening in the temple they don't know. There is sometimes Ganesh Utsav, sometimes there is Dashera, sometimes they are like Garba. What is this happening? Because we are not going outreaching to the community and telling them who we are and what are our programs. So Seva is one way we can get involved temples and we can say what we are doing. And then when we talk to politicians and lawmakers, we had numbers and we should. So that's the reason we has recently started this and take part in this. By the way, it's not I'm showing this just for a show. You can, like now we have a chapter here, Keshabai is here, Charuji is here. Please stop, take the part. You can be in whatever program you're doing, you part of temple, be there. But as a Hindu community, take part in some of these programs because they are national programs which will create our image. This portrays who we are. So these are the publications VHP America. These are all available. Wonderful publications. They are all done in America. They are all catered to American youth also for the future generation. And the purpose of this is that we leave this here. After 50 years we are not there. Our kids are going because they cannot relate. I tell you, my own kids, like my daughter is 30 years and my son is 22, born and raised in America. They sometimes don't read books from India. They say we don't connect. The example given in those books, the English used, my son just cannot get it. He said, Papa, I don't get what is that. That's the reason we have compiled these books. They're all compiled in here in America. The English used cater to the kids and the examples given are based on the American lifestyle. So please, you can buy this publication. I tell you, there's a Vivah Sanskar book is available on Amazon. It's very popular because there are a lot of cross marriages happening. Many spouses who are non-Hindus, they buy this book, read it, what is Hindu Vivah? And they feel so good about that. Oh, this is what my life is going to be. So you can take part in all these projects also. Okay, then we have international relations. We work with Bharat, we work with other countries also. It is not just Hindus are in America. Our roots are in Bharat. So we work with other countries, of course, including Bharat. This is a roadmap. VHP America has 20 program design. So 2020 is 50th anniversary of VHP America founding of it. So we'll have a big program in New York or New Jersey area. But this is a roadmap of that. So I'm almost done. So if you are not a member of VHP America, please become a member of VHP America. You're serving the community by taking the part in these programs, all those. Talk to local lover, Keshabai or Charuji. Take part in VHP America program, become a member, support. And I'll stop with a small story. There was a family, nice family, husband, wife, two couple of kids, and they used to go to temple. So Bhagavan one day was very happy. Bhagavan said, oh, you're a good family. I think you should get some good prosperity, as Swamiji said, the Hindus said. So they said, okay, there is a tree outside of a village. It was a village. You go and stay under the tree for a few days and you will get the prosperity. They said, okay. So they went there and every night they used to get a gold coin. So after a few days they had a lot of money and they were become prosperous. And they didn't know what is on the tree, but something is falling, that's fine. So they moved a big house. So one of the greedy neighbor was there. And they also, what happened? He said, we stayed under the tree for a few days and now we are prosperous. So the greedy neighbor said to his wife and kids, let's go, stay under the tree. And we will also become prosperous. So they went there, and after a few days, nothing happened because the husband were fighting and the kids were not listening to the parent. They said, do something, some chores. No, I don't do. So it was a very disintegrated family. Few days they waited, nothing happened. They said, nothing is happening. So one night the ghost came down and he said, if you don't move from this under the tree, I'm going to destroy you. And they said, our neighbors stayed here, you gave them gold coins, they have become prosperous, and you are telling us to go, otherwise you destroy us. He said, yes, because your neighbor were a cohesive family. They were one. The kids were listening to parents. Husband and wife were so good. They were praying together. They are eating together. You people are fighting. You move, otherwise I'm going to kill you. This country has a lot of ghosts. If you are not together, we are going to be thrown out of this country. I'm telling you, it's a very serious. So when Hindus have to be together, whether different temples, as a family, I tell you, this country will say that we are so happy that we got immigrants from a country called Bharat, which has added value to America. That's what Swamiji said at the end, the same thing I'm saying. So at the end, I'll just say, Arjun said to Bhagavan that, Bhagavan, I'm not going to fight, it's a big challenge. There is a shlok in Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavan says to Arjun, Sukhina Kshatriya Parth Labante Yudram Idrisham. the brave people are happy, blessed that they get to fight a dharma war, right? So Sukhina Kshatriya part, Labante Yuddha Vidrisham, like this war, Tasmat Uttisht Konte Yuddhaya Krat Nishchaya, get up Arjuna and fight. So don't worry about the challenges will be there, but we are together, we can fight and win the war. So namaste, dhanyavad.
And next we call the Consul General of Nepal, Mr. Rishi Datko.
This program chair, Swamiji, please take his place in the desk. Ladies and gentlemen, namaste. I'm Rishi Datko, represent the government of Nepal, and I'm here today. It is my great honor and privilege to be here. This is a special event, and thank you, Swamiji, for inspirational and modern about all things that he mentioned here. Hope everyone is benefited from that, what Swamiji is telling. The world is now for all the economic, those the things that we need, even we are as a country, and this karma bhumi. So that everyone should be strong that the economic part and education, so many different things that what we need to learn, what Swami tell that we have to follow his speeches. It is my great honor and privilege to be here on this special event as representative of the government of Nepal as the capacity of its honorary consul general for government of Nepal to United States. Nepal is the land of Pashupatinath and birthplace of Lord Buddha. Those deities, even those from India, Nepal, or that are identity, that are the iconic symbol of our Eastern civilization. It is our duty to promote our ancient culture, religion, and tradition in this land. I would like to thank you all for being here today and giving me an opportunity to speak a few words. I would like to invite you all to visit our beautiful country, Nepal, and Bhagwan Pashupatinath temple in Nepal. That is one of the great places you should have to visit in your lifetime. So this is the best place to go when people follow Hinduism. Then this is one of the place. There are so many different places to visit, but Pashupatinath temple in Nepal, that is one of the important places to be there. Thank you, working hard for promoting our Sanatana Dharma for this community, for World Hindu Federation. That I like to thank all of you who give the time, your money, your energy, your capacity. You are doing so many different things to promote and preserve our identity in this land. Then I'd like to thank you, Pashupatinath Foundation, Mr. Bhaktapapa, and entire board of directors and all the community members to present here and support the program. I wish all the best of the grand success of this event. Jai Bhagwan Pashupatinath.
We would like to have Kaushik Patel on the stage. And next, we would like to invite the priest, Acharya Chudamani Swamiji, to speak about the Hindu practices with the Nepal culture.
नाथ भगवान को केवली सत्य सनातन धर्म को आप सभी को हमारे टेम्पल में स्वागत है। हमने स्वस्ति वाचक के रूप में मंगल वंदना भी शुरू में हम कर चुके हैं, इसलिए हम दोबारा पुनरुक्ति नहीं कर रहे हैं। और हम हिंदी में ही बोलना ठीक मानेंगे, समझेंगे, क्योंकि हम संस्कृत यूनिवर्सिटी में, संस्कृत गुरुकुलों में पढ़ करके ऐसा पढ़ा है हमने कि हम जब छोटे थे गुरुकुल में पढ़ने जाते थे तो इंग्लिश नहीं पढ़ाया गया हमको। आई डोंट नो वेरी गुड इंग्लिश। हमारे यहाँ इंग्लिश पढ़ना अच्छा नहीं माना जाता, ये संस्कृत पढ़ना अच्छा माना जाता। तो हमने संस्कृत पढ़ा है और आप शायद समझ नहीं पाते, इसलिए मैं संस्कृत में बोलने का मन है फिर भी नहीं बोल सकता। हिंदी में अपनी बातें रख रहा हूँ। आदरणीय स्वामी जी, आपको फिर से ओम नमो नारायणाय श्रद्धा अभिवादन करते हुए, और यहाँ विश्व हिंदू परिषद के जो भी चेयरपर्सन और गेस्ट यहाँ आए हुए हैं, सभी को फिर भी स्वागत करते हुए, और सभी का नाम मैं नहीं अभी ले पा रहा हूँ, मैं क्षमा चाहता हूँ। हमको आप सबको यहाँ देख करके बड़ी खुशी हो रही है, और हमारे नेपाली कम्युनिटी में, विशेष करके कैलिफोर्निया में, ये जो टेम्पल हमारे नेपाली भाइयों ने, बहनों ने, सभी नेपाली सोसाइटी के भगवान के भक्तों ने ये जो बनाया है, और इसमें इस मंदिर का पृष्ठ के योग्य समझ करके, हमको उस लायक समझ करके इन लोगों ने हमें यहाँ इनवाइट किया, बुलाया, और प्राण प्रतिष्ठा कराने का हमें आचार्य बनाया, और फिर इस टेम्पल में हमेशा भगवान की सेवा करने के लिए, भक्तों की सेवा करने के लिए यहाँ नियुक्त किया है। और इस सोसाइटी को मैं फिर भी धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि हमें आप सब ने इस लायक का समझा। वैसे मैं नेपाल में संस्कृत यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ाता हूँ, बुद्धिस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी और संस्कृत यूनिवर्सिटी दोनों में हम संस्कृत पढ़ा रहे हैं, और कुछ दिनों के लिए छुट्टियों में इधर घूम रहे हैं। और विश्व हिंदू महासंघ काठमांडू में हम उससे थोड़ा बहुत रिलेशन रखते रहे, और बनारस में और दिल्ली में पढ़ते समय हम बीजेपी के साथ या आरएसएस के साथ भी कार्यकर्ता होकर के बहुत सारा काम किया, ऐसा कुछ अनुभव भी है। तो आप स्वामी जी महाराज ने यहाँ पर जो स्पीच दिए और जो भी बातें बताई, वो सब सुन करके देख करके हमें बड़ी खुशी हुई। वैसे हम भी स्वामी विवेकानंद की बहुत सारी बुक पढ़ करके उनकी उत्प्रेरणा से हम भी प्रेरित हुए हैं, और हमेशा हिंदुइज्म के संरक्षण के लिए अपना जीवन समर्पण करने का मन ही मन एक संकल्प कर करके हम आगे बढ़े हैं। इसलिए हम अमेरिका में आए, कई बार आना जाना होता रहता, कई बार अनुकूल नहीं होता, फिर भी प्रतिकूलता में भी हमने पृष्ठ का काम कभी मिला कभी नहीं मिला, फिर भी हमने इसके अलावा दूसरा कोई काम नहीं किया, क्योंकि मैं हिंदुइज्म को प्रमोट जहाँ तक मेरे से हो सकता उतना कर सकूं, ऐसा मेरा हमेशा से भाव रहा। और आज आप सबके समक्ष हमें ये बताते हुए बड़ी खुशी हो रही है कि नेपाल जो अपने आप में हिमालय का देश है, माउंट एवरेस्ट का देश है, भगवान गौतम बुद्ध और माँ सीता, देवर्षि, अनेक तरह का ऋषि, जनक महर्षि, अनेक ऋषि महर्षियों की वो तपस्थली रही है, और विश्व का एकमात्र हिंदू राष्ट्र भी रहा। अभी कुछ पॉलिटिकल प्रभाव से उसमें कुछ इधर उधर करने की कोशिश हो रही है। हम भगवान से फिर भी प्रार्थना करते हैं कि वो हिंदू राष्ट्र बना रहे। हमारा आप सबका अगर सपोर्ट हो तो हो भी सकता है, हमें बनाना चाहिए। और अभी स्वामी जी ने जो भी यहाँ स्पीच दिया, उसमें से मैंने देखा कि बच्चों को एजुकेट करने के लिए और महिलाओं को सशक्त करने के लिए, यूनाइटेड करने के लिए, और अमेरिका में हिंदू यहाँ अपनी हिंदुइज्म को विकास कर सके, इसलिए कई तरह के प्रोग्राम स्वामी जी ने यहाँ पर हमें संकेत किया। ये सब देख करके हमें बड़ी खुशी हुई, क्योंकि हमारी नेपाली सोसाइटी में क्या है कि महाराज जी, हमें दुख के साथ कहना पड़ रहा है, जितना इंडियन सोसाइटी में हिंदुइज्म का प्रैक्टिस है, उतना जोर लगा करके हमारे यहाँ उतना प्रैक्टिस नहीं है। ये मेरा अपना अनुभव है। वैसे यहाँ जो भी नेपाली हमारे मित्र हैं, वैसे ये बहुत आगे हैं, इनको वो नहीं लगता। फिर भी सामान्य हिसाब से कहें तो हम आप लोगों के फॉलोअर हैं, ऐसा हम कहना ठीक समझते हैं। तो आप सब हमारे टेंपल में आए और इतनी सारी अच्छी बातें और भविष्य में ज़रूरी प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में आप सब ने हमें जो इंडिकेट किया है, हमको बहुत आशा और भरोसा है कि आगामी दिनों में हम नेपाली सोसाइटी को इसी तरह से एक डेवलप करने की कोशिश करेंगे जैसे आप लोग चाहते हैं, क्योंकि नेपाली सोसाइटी में बड़ी मुश्किल से, ये सोसाइटी बहुत बड़ी भी नहीं है और बहुत धनवान भी नहीं है, फिर भी छोटी सोसाइटी होते हुए भी, बहुत कम पैसा होते हुए भी, सबकी बड़ी कठोर मेहनत से हम यहाँ तक आ पाए हैं और इससे आगे आप लोग हमें ले जा सकते हो। आप लोग हमारा गाइड बन करके आए हो, हम आप सबको फिर भी बहुत बहुत हार्टली स्वागत करते हैं, धन्यवाद देते हैं। और आगामी दिनों में जो स्वामी जी ने प्रेजेंट किया उन सब प्रोग्रामों को हम करने का प्रयास करेंगे। और यहाँ टेंपल में भी एवरीडे की पूजा है और मंथली पूजा है और कई तरह के प्रोग्राम हम लोग यहाँ शुरू कर रहे हैं। और साथ साथ एवरी वीक में यहाँ गीता की क्लास, उपनिषद की क्लास या इस तरह की क्लास भी यहाँ हम संचालन करने की शुरुआत कर रहे हैं, कोशिश कर रहे हैं। इन सभी हमारे प्रोग्राम में आप सबका सहयोग बना रहे, यही शुभकामना आप सबसे एक्सपेक्ट करते हुए, और हमारी इस अकेलेपन को आप लोगों ने दूर किया, आप हमारे साथ खड़े हुए, तो इसलिए हमें बहुत उत्साह हो रहा है, बहुत प्रेरणा हो रही है और हम बहुत खुश भी हो रहे हैं। इसलिए इस सब खुशी के लिए आप सबको फिर भी धन्यवाद देते हुए, और शिकागो में हम सब हमारी सोसाइटी से हम सब जाने का कोशिश करेंगे, ये सब भी आपसे निवेदन करते हुए अपनी वाणी को विराम देते हैं। हरि ओम।
Hindus everywhere should stand together, and now we have been listening to a lot of adults, and I think we have a responsibility to pass on our religion to the youngsters, and we have to involve our youth when they are young so they grow up as good Hindus. And now we have two girls who are going to present, and we welcome Keisha Mehta and Jasmine Shukmar to present on a topic that's very interesting for them. And in the meantime, I would like to announce that Hindu books moving sale on the wheels in car is outside if someone wants to visit, and this is a request made by Mr. Pratap More.
And I'm in 7th grade. My name is Jasmine, I'm 10 years old and I'm in 5th grade. We are proud to represent the youth forum at this VHP meeting. We will be talking about Hinduism from a child's perspective. There are 5 constant and daily duties of a Hindu. Throughout life, a Hindu must practice 5 constant duties, also known as Panchanitya Karmas. These practices guide a person in everyday life and ensure peace, material, and spiritual prosperity. Jasmine, do you know some of the constant duties?
Actually, I do. Dharma means righteousness and Utsava means holy days.
Do you know the rest? There's Tirthayatra, which means pilgrimage, Samskaras, which means sacraments, and Sarva Brahma, which means God is in all.
Dharma means righteousness, but it also means to live a virtuous life in accordance with the teachings of the scriptures. Cultivate virtues of purity, self-control, detachment, thinking of others first, truth, and ahimsa. Be respectful of parents, teachers, and elders. Fix thy heart upon thy work, but not on its reward. Work not for a reward, but never cease to do thy work.
Tirthayatra means pilgrimage. Regularly visit holy people, temples, and sacred sites. Pilgrimage is an important aspect of Hinduism. It is an undertaking to see and be seen by the deity.
Utsava means holy days, but it also means to participate in festivals and holy days in the home and temple. Observe fast on the holy days. This practice inculcates God consciousness, refreshes the mind, and creates a sense of togetherness in the family and the community, such as Diwali.
Samskaras means sacraments. Samskaras are the religious ceremonies that mark an individual's passage through life. They purify the mind by inculcating truthfulness in the mind and purity and generosity in the heart. Sarva Brahma, God is in all. God lives in the hearts of all beings. Practice this truth, realize it, and be free.
There are 5 daily duties. In addition to the 5 constant duties, a devout Hindu is to perform 5 daily duties, Pancha Mahayagnas.
These also help guide a person in everyday life and ensure peace, material, and spiritual prosperity.
Isha, do you know some of the 5 daily duties?
Yes. As a Hindu child, I worship God, also known as Deva Yagna. I also study the Vedas and scriptures, which is known as Brahma Yagna. In Bal Vihar, I study shloks, which is also studying the Vedas. Another thing I do is contemplate the teachings of holy men. When a Swamiji comes from India, I listen to their words and think about what they have to say. Jasmine, do you know any of the other 5 daily duties?
I provide alms, also known as Bhuta Yagna, and I show hospitality, also known as Nara Yagna. To provide alms means to provide food for those who are in need. This practice is intended to create the spirit of sharing with others.
Worship God, Deva Yagna. Worship God in the form of a family deity through prayers and meditation. This helps one to become God conscious, and this also helps create a family togetherness. Studying the Vedas and scripture. This practice refreshes one's mind with sacred knowledge, and it also helps to preserve this knowledge. Contemplate on the teachings of holy men, Pitrayagna. This practice serves as a reminder to preserve, enrich, and continue one's cultural heritage and family values.
To show hospitality, also known as Narayanya, means to serve guests with love, respect, and reverence. This practice is the basis for traditional hospitality of Hindu households.
So my favorite Hindu holiday is Navratri because I get to dance, have fun with friends and family, and get to try listen to a lot of cultural music. And this also celebrates Durga Ma.
My favorite Hindu festival is Diwali because it's fun to spend time with family and do fun things.
Thank you for providing us this opportunity and this platform to showcase our knowledge on Hinduism.
Great work they do for our religion and our community here. And these temples don't just act as a place of worship, but they do a lot of community service too. And first, it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Dharmesh Patel from Lakshminarayan Temple, Riverside.
First of all, thank you all for taking time out from your busy schedule and to come to this beautiful mandir today. And I want to thank all the organizers from the Buddha Mandir here. Thank you. What can I say? I think Swamiji and everybody pretty much said how do we keep our Hindu culture alive? That's the key of this conference. Youth. I don't think I've been to many youth conferences like this. I think we have 15, 20 young youth. That is our future. And if we don't listen to them, I said in all our board meetings for the last 15 years, if we don't listen to this youth, we will have to board up all these mandirs and all our facilities in the next 20 years. So please reach out to the youth. If they want to have a Boy Scout event, if they want to have a Girl Scout event, anything the youth want to hold at our mandir, please open the doors and host. And there's a lot of musical talent, a lot of other Bollywood talents. If we even have to host that to bring the youth to our mandir, we must do that. Thank you so much.
हम भारतीय हैं. We just proud of it. Reverence. There was a great man who came 125 years ago. We all know it. There was a Swami Vivekananda. He said, such a great man. He said, हम लोगों को गुरु मिलते हैं, सदगुरु नहीं मिलते हैं. और ये हमारे सदगुरु आज साक्षात आए हैं. तो सबको हमारे अंदर से प्रणाम करते हैं. He said one thing, every human is potentially divine. It is us to manifest the divinity within ourselves by controlling your own natural forces, and that will be done by yoga. आज जो योगा मेडिटेशन करते हैं, there's such a great man, he put the seeds. हम लोग बोलते हैं कि ये साधु है, ये आए. He started coming here, and every roots we are doing with the proud. That is such a, let's just do the namaskar to Swami Vivekananda, and that's what we have to be proud. We talk, I'm, by the way, professor, I'm one of the chief executive engineer, but still, I'm doing this one because of my guru. हमें proud होना चाहिए, and we have to do it. हम जहाँ भी काम करते हैं, जो भी करते हैं, my guru said, just influence yourself. गुलाब के फूल को बताना नहीं पड़ता है, अपने कर्म से. Do the good. A person is Brahmin by the good karma. I am Patel, but I am Brahmin. My guru made me in Diksha because you have to watch your karmas. And if you are watching your karma, you are Suddha Brahmin. So my guru said, a person is Brahmin जो गुण कर्म स्वभाव से श्रेष्ठ है, चिंतन चरित्र व्यवहार से शुद्ध है, और मन वचन कर्म से पवित्र है. That is what Sri Ram Sharma Acharya, and that is what we are led, and Dr. Pranab Pandya is a Muslim. Anyway, but this is what we are doing. We bought this place because we wanted to give something to the society. We have so many temples. People do number of yagnas and puja and everything. We wanted to give to the society. So we started 7 years Orval Gayatri Parivar Gayatri Chetna Center. Our main motto is physically uplift, socially uplift, morally uplift, and will educationally just spread to the society. Not only one thing, but the thoughts, विचारों से हम लोगों को जगाना. That's what we have been doing right now. Please welcome. In our activities, we focus the kid. We have 150 kids every Sunday. 5 years old, they have been coming because they are our tomorrow's generation. So we do it. Secondly, the women. हमारे यहाँ शास्त्रों में बताया है गायत्री मंत्र स्त्रियां नहीं करते. That is totally blind faith. My guru said, get rid of all the blind faith. Uplift educationally, morally, and just tell everyone is divine inside. हम लोग क्या घबराते हैं, डर गए, क्योंकि हमारा हिंदुत्व नहीं है. We have to be just very very strong, morally strength. Just do it. ये white लोग, American लोग, सब लोग करते हैं. Everyone, we just go and tell them that we are Hindu. Tell the best things, and they will understand. The best thing, take the good parts from this country, the best part from our culture, and just spread it. So that's why we have children. We focus on the children. We have 150. They are coming. So every Sunday classes. We have women. They are doing the yagna. We have all the communities people. They come. This is your place. So we are just telling. This Swamiji ne bataya. Political. We had an election in India. Our people, they were thinking, oh, all the temples people said, oh, we cannot do the prayer, all the things for the political, this to political. We said, no. हमारा राष्ट्र नहीं रहेगा तो हम कहाँ रहेंगे? राष्ट्र के लिए हमें सच, all Hindus, हमें एक होना पड़ेगा. I'm telling all the temples, just do something, that you are the Hindu first. So with this one, we do a number of activities, and we have been doing for last 35. Please welcome, and thank you very much for the Swami.
We call Swamiji Adeshananda, hope I said it right, from Shivadurga Mandir, Montebello.
Namaskar. Swami Vidyanand ji explained the holistic approach for the Hindu religion. So nothing to say me, but one thing I will tell, that the way Swamiji explained the whole how the Hinduism can raise the socio-economic policy. He explained about the spiritual philosophy and universal outlook, everything he explained. But one thing we are lacking in America, mostly except Nityananda Swami temple, because they are also holistic approach. But all other temples are focusing only in the ritual. Only ritual, no philosophy, how we can grow. So I hope that other temple people should also teach Bal Vihar, our Hindu philosophy, socio-economic theory, many things, practice, meditation, yoga. And one thing I will say that Nepal, Acharya is very humble. He said we want to learn Hinduism from India, but my personal opinion, we Indians should learn Hinduism from Nepal. Because Nepali people come in my temple, the way they celebrate their rituals, the way they celebrate their Teej, Tyohar, festival, We Hindu don't celebrate. So I told them, one day it looked like we should go Nepal and learn. Thank you so much for this temple. I am very glad to see this temple. Thank you so much, Swamiji and everybody.
Impressed by the expressions of two priests. One priest from Nepali temple, Nepali Hindu temple, and the priest from Indian Hindu temple. How they appreciated each other. This is our great, great tradition to respect each other, have welcoming perspective on each other.
Om Brahmarpanam Brahmarhavi Brahmagnyo Brahmanahutam Brahmeva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.